Marty, Terence Crawford, right? You've been critical of Terence Crawford's certain moves that he's made with not securing the Errol Spence fight. So now it's looking like Errol Spence is going to face Keith Thurman late May. Okay. And Terence Crawford's mandatory should be due around that same time, May, June. It's looking like it's probably going to be Alexis Roca, who's coming off of a knockout win. Okay. What can Terence Crawford do? What can Terence Crawford and Errol Spence do? I'm going to put them both in the hot seat to secure this fight for late 2023.
Well, what Errol Spence Jr. can do and what Terence Crawford can do, they can do the same exact thing. They can get on the phone with each other and they can actually make an agreement. And they can have Al Heyman on the three-way, or both of them can talk to Al Heyman and say, listen, Spence, I got to fight with Keith. Crawford can say, look, I got to fight with Roca. It's around the same time. We're going to both make this quick, couple dollars real quick. We're going to come back to 147. In Spence's case, come down to 147. If he does fight Thurman at 154, we're going to come back down at 147, and we're going to meet after this at the end of the year. That's it. November, December, we're going to close out the year with that. That's as simple as I think it can go. I don't think it could. What's the point of fighting 2-3 more times before meeting up? Now everybody getting older. The fans are starting to lose patience. There ain't no point in dragging this out no further. Let's just go ahead on, do the fight in April in Spence's case, or well, Spence's case May, do the fight in April or June in Crawford's case, or whatever the case may be. Let's do that, and then right after that, we're going to put this in place now. There's no point of waiting to negotiate after. Put all of that in writing now so that we know after we fight these guys, Roca and Thurman, is us at 47 for all the belts.
Now, question, you got a lot of Crawford fans that bring up the 35% no guarantee.
Okay.
Steven Espinosa comes out and says that a guarantee is essentially an advance. That's kind of like in the record business. I didn't know that. So a guarantee is essentially an advance. Is the 35% of everything, is that a bad deal?
No, actually, anytime you're going to get a percentage of anything, especially 30% higher, that's a heck of a deal. In fact, I believe that Crawford will make more money with the 35% agreement than he would up front guarantee. And let me say this, because I said this on my channel too. A guarantee doesn't necessarily mean that every fighter is entitled to a guarantee. I mean, think about it. Crawford's a free agent. He's not signed directly to a promoter. So a promoter really don't have to guarantee him anything.
Funny that you said that. I had a conversation with Bob Apparel, and this is actually on camera where Bob said it's unfair for him to ask Al Heyman, who he's not signed to, for a guarantee. Is that what
Absolutely.
You're referring to?
Bob Arum is so correct, because think about it. When you are guaranteed any purse in boxing with a promoter, you have a minimum and you have a maximum, where the promoter basically is obligated to pay you the minimum, meaning nothing below the minimum as far as your contractual agreement, and nothing exceeding the maximum. So the fact that he was even offered a guarantee after they obliged him and revised his contract, he ought to have been grateful.
Now, is that guarantee based on projections for the event? Okay.
Of course, yeah, it's based on projection, but you're getting it right then and there, and you know exactly how much you're going to be competing for, and it's already in the bout agreement that the commission has to approve. But I think if somebody's going to pay you 35% of all the net revenue, man, you can't beat that. You'll make way more money with the 35% than you would upfront guarantee. That's what I think.
In my mind, I thought the same thing. You know, when I'm looking at the 90-10 split that Showtime and PBC has.
Yeah. Where
the PBC takes the 90.
Of course.
So I'm thinking that pay-per-view would be like $100. And,
yeah.
That sounds like a pretty good number to me. And then you got the gate. The gate should be comparable to what, Wilder Fury 2?
Yeah.
Between like $15, $20 million.
They can do that,
depending on the venue, unless they want to do Allegiant Stadium in Vegas.
Yeah, they can do it over there.
You think
they can get it?
Because Ryan and Tank, they're thinking about doing an Allegiant Stadium.
I say let them do it first, and let's see how successful they are with it. You know, but the problem going to be is there is no football season at the time Tank and Ryan's going to fight. So they don't have to compete with the NFL schedule over there. You know, whereas though at the end of the year, let's say November, December, you're definitely going to compete with the NFL schedule over there in the Stadium if Crawford and Spence can fight at the end of the year. I'm just saying. So if they don't have to compete with the schedule, Allegiant Stadium is good. But Vegas, MGM Grand, that's always going to do good numbers.
If this deal doesn't get done for late 2023, who are you looking at to blame?
The same person I've been looking at when I first got on your channel. Terence Bud Crawford. Because the thing about it is this. He was offered 3 contracts from the A side. It don't get no more simple than that. He was offered a contract, and then he didn't like some of the language. They went back and said, you know what, let's modify it. And then let's still basically compensate for his demands. And they done that. In spite of him still working out a deal silently with BLK Prime, even though they didn't know that, they were unaware of it. The bottom line is they offered him 3 contracts that he did not sign. And on top of that...
Now, this is after coming to terms?
That's after coming to terms. Because remember, he said his words, not mine. Bud Crawford said he agreed to everything.
So essentially, you just giving out a contract, you're reading it over. Okay, take this out, take that out. What do you call it? Redlining, right?
You call it redlining if you want. Yeah. But the thing is, they've done that.
Yeah.
All the things you told them to take out, they did it. Even when he asked for transparency, they did that too. He still did not sign the contract. And I always allude to this, and I've said it on other people's channels, and mine's included, and I'll do it right here. Terence Bud Crawford had the opportunity to do what natural boxers do when they're in their hometown. They call out the fight that they want next. I said it on your channel over the summer. What happened with Spence, Porter, Garcia, they all did the same thing. And it's no different. When Crawford was in his hometown, they asked him, is Spence next? And you heard his response. Oh yeah, I see, the drawing board. See, we doing too much talking, brother. It's either yes or no, is he next? And he didn't do that. He didn't give a definitive answer on whether or not Spence was next, just like all the other fighters do when they're in their hometown. Very simple to me.
Okay. I hope this deal gets done. We need some movement in the welterweight division.
We need some big movement, because just the fact that, Spence is fighting Thurman, whether it be at 47 or 54, that's not the fight that all the fans want to see. All of us want to see. We want to see the biggest fight that can be made in the welterweight division, and that's with Spence and Crawford. No disrespect to Thurman, I think it's a good payday for him. And listen, it's not a thing where Thurman can lose. Thurman might can win. We can't just rule him out either. It's a good payday for him, but the fans really want to see Crawford and Spence, and you can justify the price point. You tell the fans, look, we're going to get y'all the fight. You probably got to pay us $90 to $100. People will buy it.